Hey, you guys!
Hi, I'm Chris Williams. This is my cohort, Beverley Bradshaw, and we have just got back from seeing Halloween Ends. Yes, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, please go and watch the movie first and then come back and check this out. So, right off the bat, I thought Halloween Ends was good. I enjoyed it. I was locked in from the moment the film started. Yes, I enjoyed it more than Halloween Kills.
Definitely. So we now watch your film. I watch the first 10 minutes, and if that doesn't capture me, I won't sit through the rest of it. This one, it started straight away with a massive incident, and then they had the story and they developed it, so it wasn't all straight into the slashing.
Like Halloween Kills was just,
yeah.
From the word go, we started straight in with the slashing and very little character development in that movie, whereas this movie has a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought went into the characters on this one, I think, and I think it really showed in it.
The opening scene was really good. Really, it was a shock opening scene, which then was this what word am I looking for? Which was the focal point for the rest of the movie. How Corey Cunningham is blamed for the death of this boy he's babysitting, and spoilers, and that's pretty much, we see how the town treats him after that. He's bullied, he's picked on, and then eventually he meets Alison. After being bullied, he's injured and he has to go to the hospital, which is where he meets Laurie's granddaughter Alison, which is where this romance unfolds. What did you think of the romance aspect of the movie?
See, I liked it because it added a lot to the story. For me, the timeline, if you don't think about the timeline, then it won't get on your nerves. But the thing is, in the film, it was like they were falling completely in love within a week and making future plans. And I was like, yes, not Love Island.
Yeah, it did happen pretty quick, but I think they were both got to a point where they were sick of Haddonfield. They were sick of how they were being treated. And that's what ultimately led to them deciding that they're going to leave together and have a life somewhere else. But obviously, in the meantime, Corey Cunningham comes across Michael Myers, who has been hiding in the sewers since Halloween Kills. He's been down there for 4 years. So it's at this point that Corey is influenced by Michael, and we see a big change in Corey for the worst. And he goes into this, he starts defending himself, he starts to stand up for himself, but it becomes quite sinister up to the point where he actually starts to dress up as Michael and then goes into punishing people who have hurt him.
Yeah, because you said that was very similar to something you'd seen before from Stephen King, was it?
Yes, this is known by everybody now. This movie is very influenced by the Stephen King story Christine, which was made into a movie directed by John Carpenter. The boy in that was named Arnie Cunningham, and he buys a car which is possessed, and basically takes over Arnie, and he starts to turn evil. The car is, I don't know if it's possessed by the former owner or something like that, but the car is evil, and the evil infects Arnie the same way that the meeting with Michael, he grabs him by the throat, and we have this shot of switching back from Corey to Michael's eyes, as if the evil is now transferring into Corey. And this is when Corey starts to become a bit of an asshole.
But I still can't help feeling a little bit sorry for him, though. I can't. I don't know why.
No, I thought Rowan Campbell as Corey was very good. He's very much the lead of this movie, just as much as Jamie Lee Curtis is. And I think the performances were all very strong.
I thought Jamie Lee did a pretty solid act in this one.
She was good.
She was good.
Jamie Lee has been good throughout all these movies, but the thing I like about this film is it's less preachy. In Halloween Kills, there was all this dramatic dialogue, you know, about evil, and whereas people actually talked like people in this film. The only person that talked about evil and evil transcends was Dr. Loomis. By the time we got to Halloween Kills, everybody was talking like that. And only Dr. Loomis, only Donald Pleasance really could pull off dialogue like that. But in Halloween Kills, everybody was talking about evil, evil dies tonight, and some of the dialogue was really cringeworthy in Halloween Kills. Whereas I think people actually talked like people in this movie and felt more believable. What was your favourite kill in the movie?
Oh, it was a multiple one. It's when they got the bullies. That was my favourite.
That was very satisfying, yes, when Corey killed the bullies in the scrapyard.
Dressed as Michael Myers.
He dresses as Michael Myers, he kills the bullies. Yes, that was good. But Michael wasn't in this movie very much. And I think that is going to piss off a lot of the fans. But Jamie Lee Curtis did say in an interview, this movie is going to piss off a lot of Halloween fans. And I think she's right. But I like the fresh take on this. I know that some Halloween fans are just going to want a more run-of-the-mill, by-numbers Halloween film like the 2018 one. Well, you're not going to get it with Halloween Ends, are you?
No.
Because this is very much a love story for the most part, until things turn bad. Michael Myers kills, as few as there were in this movie. Which one did you like?
Now, there was a girl that worked alongside
Alison
at
the hospital.
Yeah, and it wasn't a likeable character, and when she died, it was a lovely moment for me.
Yeah, well, that was actually an homage to when Bob was killed in 1978 in the original, when he's pinned against the wall in the kitchen. So
yeah,
but yeah, she's very sarcastic. She's bonking Dr. Mathis by the looks of it, as she's having a romantic evening with him at his house. And yes, she's getting a promotion because she's...
I think they do a lot of nods to the other films, you know, though.
Oh,
in
yeah.
this, it's like, also, you flash your pumpkin.
No, that's okay.
So that
There we go.
Okay. So I think they do... I think they do a lot of nods to the other films in this one, particular when... For me, it was when Corey first started becoming the Michael Myers character, when he was trying to be him. They did the nod to him to the first film where they had Corey sort of standing half behind a bush looking up at Laurie Strode. And that was like...
That was good.
Like it.
I liked that because that was the first time Laurie sees something in Corey.
Yeah.
And he stood by the bush and she's like looking outside and it's like, fuck me, that's exactly what Michael was doing back in 78, you know, and just for Corey to do that one thing was enough to make her think, what's going on with this guy? She didn't like it, let's put it that way. And that's what got the ball rolling on her thinking, there's something sinister about Corey. Why? You know, just that one moment was enough to put her in that frame of mind. So, yes, that was a good moment. I liked that. But like I say, with Michael not being in the film, I didn't mind it so much because the presence of Michael is felt all the way through the film, even though he isn't there. So I didn't mind that. Another thing that may annoy fans is that we see Michael vulnerable. You know, he's in a weakened state. He's in the sewers, and we see him get knocked to the ground by that guy who is the first victim of Michael's. Yeah. Any other kills?
Yeah, there's one where Alison's ex-boyfriend ends up in the sewers, and Michael Myers, he's actually assisted with this kill, isn't he, by Corey? Corey does assist him.
Yeah, Corey's like Michael Myers' apprentice in this film.
It's like he's learning the craft, and he's sort of holding the guy.
He lures him down there,
Yeah, he lures him down there, holds the guy, and watches everything that Michael does. Literally, he's there, his eyes are on him, doesn't move, and he's...
Picks up the knife and then starts...
Yeah, and then when Michael's stabbing away, it seems to rejuvenate him, it seems to bring him give him a bit
his
more
body
power.
starts
Yeah.
to shake, and it's almost like Michael's power is returning to him. Again, some people may not like that, but I thought that was pretty cool. And the Halloween theme comes crashing on in the background, and I thought it was pretty cool. Dr. Loomis on the Hobbs End Report actually predicted that we were going to get more head bashing in Halloween Ends, and that was so true. It only happened once, but that was the DJ guy in the DJ booth getting his head bashed. I don't know why.
That was a beautiful moment.
And the tongue.
Oh yeah, tongue on the record player.
Got his tongue bitten off, cut off.
It was irritating though, to be honest. I wanted to do the same.
Yeah, he was a bit of a bastard, wasn't he? He was just somebody else that was really horrible to Alison and Corey. But yes, we only got one head bashing in Halloween Ends. I don't know what it is about David Gordon Green's direction, but in all three Halloween movies, there's so much, in the first two, there's a lot of head bashing going on.
There was one part that it did gross me out, and it was Corey's mum. Now, they had a very strange relationship.
Yeah, she seemed very dominant, a very dominant mum, a bit creepy. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And so basically they were having an argument, and Corey's mum slaps him across the face.
She didn't like him seeing...
No, she didn't like him seeing Alison. And then as soon as she slapped him, she immediately went to kiss him straight on the lips.
And we're not talking a kiss on the cheek.
No, it seemed more...
Like she wanted to French.
Like too much.
Like a Frenchie.
It was too much. A mother and son would not do that.
So I think Corey could be fucked up anyway, just simply because of the relationship, this really strange relationship he has with his mother. But she gets a comeuppance and Corey gets his revenge.
He does.
In the movie.
So how did you find the end? Was it... Do you really think Halloween Ends is the end? Do you think there could be possibly more?
I think it's the end of this particular story. The story of Alison. From the 2018 films Halloween Kills to this. I think it's the end of this story. But I think maybe 5 years down the line, they will reboot this thing and Michael will come back in some other form and we will have a fresh story. But I think, yes, Laurie Strode is done. Jamie Lee Curtis said that this is the last time she's playing Laurie. So unless she comes back when she's 80 and Michael breaks into the care home and is chasing her around the corridors trying to kill her, anything's possible. Money talks. So, yes. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to discuss how the ending could have been bigger, I think.
Yeah, if there's one big problem I've got with the film, it would be the ending. As the ending is... It's not big enough. It's not climactic enough. It's like this 44-year-long, feud with Michael and Laurie. I was hoping for something bigger, and it was just the fight we see in the kitchen in the trailer. I thought that might have been just one confrontation she got in with Michael, but no, that was the end. I thought there might have been something bigger that came after that, but no. And the way they disposed of Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what they were doing. There was this like...
it was a bit far-fetched though. That would never happen.
He strapped Michael to a car. The police allowed this for some reason. And they took him to the scrapyard and put him in some kind of...
It would have been the machine that crushes cars, and so basically he's mincemeat now.
Yes, so he's definitely dead. I mean, I've seen lots of non-spoiler reviews on YouTube, and they're so polarising, the opinions of people. Some people hate it, some people say this is the best one, then there's the mixed... it's very polarising, and if you want a different direction in a Halloween movie, a fresh take, something that's not so predictable, then you may enjoy it. I certainly did. I welcomed the different direction that this movie took. Did you?
I definitely preferred it to quite a few of the Halloween films, to be honest.
Halloween Kills was just too much. This might be too little.
I don't know. There was some cracking deaths. It's just the fact that it wasn't always Michael Myers doing it. But there was some cracking deaths. There's some nods to the other films. And there was a love story, so there's a bit of everything in
And
there.
Halloween fans may not want a love story, but I just think it made you feel for the characters more when bad things happen to them, so I didn't mind that. It reminds me of the Star Wars trilogy. When The Force Awakens came out, everybody loved it, a bit like Halloween 2018. But some people complained that The Force Awakens was a little bit too much like A New Hope. Oh, it's a remake of A New Hope. But that was the point, it was to get people, back into Star Wars. Like Halloween 2018 was to remind people of what they liked about Halloween. So when they do something different, like The Last Jedi, and completely do something different, because the fans seem to be saying, "Oh, give us something new," they complain that, "Oh, this isn't Star Wars. This isn't." So you can't win. So it's like that with the Halloween movies. You give them what they want. Halloween 2018. A lot of people complained, "Oh, this is just a lot of scenes from previous Halloween installments redone, remolded, and put in Halloween 2018. It's stuff we've seen before." But then you do something like this movie and really change things up, and then they don't like it. So what do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
It's what do you want? Do you want it to be the same, or do you want it to be different? I know a lot of Halloween fanboys just want more of the same. Well, you're not going to get it with Halloween Ends. No. But overall, I liked the film. I enjoyed it. Thought the ending, how they disposed of Michael, could have been bigger, more climactic. That's my one complaint with it. Stop that, you penis. Stop that, you dirty great cock! Ow! Right. So if I was to award Halloween Ends a score...
Again, because I was pissing.
So if I was to award...
Fuck!
If I was...
Stop! Cock! It's
How
cock!
dare you spoil my spoiler review?
Gonna cut anyway, no way.
So if I was to award...
I can't wait till stop.
Look what you're doing to me, Seth. So if I was to award Halloween Ends a score, it would be the same as I gave Scream 5. And that was 3.5 peanut butter on the penises out of 5.
Right, now do it without me pissing his head.
No, that's fine. Right, you would you agree with that score? How many peanut butter on the penises out of 5 would you give it?
3.
3? That's
Just
fair
3.
enough. Fair enough. I think my score is pretty generous. I think my score is... Would you say that's generous?
I think it's over generous, to be fair.
No.
I think if I'd have had the big finish that I wanted, I would have got 3.5, 4.
Did you see Halloween 2018?
No. I only watch films if you make me watch them.
Oh, it's just the reason I asked I was going to say which out of the trilogy you think is the best. See, that's a tough one because I like this because it's so different. It was ballsy. David Gordon Green had the balls to do something different. People are going to hate it. People might love it. I don't know.
So why only 3.5 peanut butters on the penises then? Why not go for 4?
Because ultimately it needed more Michael Myers. I would have liked to see more Michael Myers in the movie. And the problem I have with it, not just the climax, there was a bit of an anticlimax. I would have liked, because we've been made to wait so long for Michael to finally show up and do his thing. We only got a brief fight in the kitchen. It would have been nice for Michael to show up sooner. And we had a bit more stalking, a bit more slashing, had a bit more time with Michael to do his thing. And I think that might have pleased the fans better because I think we were given...
but that's been done so much. That's
know.
Done, that's overdone. I like the copycat.
No, he was good, and I like the copycat angle.
do.
But I think that if you're going to do something so drastically different and make the audience wait so long, give the audience what they want as well.
Oh, they still got it though.
No, not
But
enough.
they needed a bigger climax.
More Michael Myers in the movie, more stalking and slashing towards the end of the movie. He was only in, like, say, the last 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. If we'd have had Laurie being chased down the street, hiding, you know, maybe Michael gets in a car and drives after her.
Incorporate the radio tower.
Yeah, drives to the radio tower, or for some reason, I don't know. And they're climbing up the radio tower. Michael's climbing up after her. The radio tower's on fire. He dies in the fire. It was something like that would have been so much more satisfying as an ending. And I think that's what it lacks. The film was great. It just petered out at the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the review. That's the spoiler review.
Proper spoiled.
Yeah. So, thank you for joining us. And I hope we didn't bore you shitless.
Because we've been bored shitless.
She has.
Okay.
Since she's been here with me doing this.
He loves the sound of his own voice.
Okay, so this was our spoiler review for Halloween Ends. Thank you for joining us. And go see the movie. Make up your own minds. Leave comments down below and I'd like to know what you think. And thank you to Miss Bradshaw for seeing Halloween Ends with me and taking part in this spoiler review.
You are more than welcome.
Thank you.
At least we can't do it again next year.
No. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.